Hello, hello. Three of us on right now, so hopefully more will join later. I just got your email, Christopher. So let's go there and take a look. Um, so as I've written here that you need to vote by Wednesday, which already passed. But if you haven't got a chance to post your first draft, you should. Because I can still pair people by Sunday's end, and you can still get your credit for doing so. Let's go to Christopher. Christopher has done the question. Um, it's not a well. I'm sorry if okay. So now loaded. Okay. So thank you for giving him feedback. You did an excellent job on this, Christopher. So yeah, I am looking at the correct thing right for you for your work. So I'm gonna be pairing. Okay, let me see. You're welcome. Edna will be paired with. Edna will be paired with Min. Hold on. Okay. So let me post. So that means Kareem and Tiang will have each other for pair share. And that would be all the new essays that I got. So a few students emailed and asked if they could still submit and post their first draft on here. And I said yes. So please, if you haven't gotten a chance to put up your draft for me to pair you, please do that. And so that you can get half credit, because if you don't do this this task, you're gonna lose out on half credit of the 30 points. So, but you can still do this, right? Do these two tasks and get the other 15 points. But if you do the peer review and then the other tasks, then you can get the whole 30 points. So the other tasks are asking us to check out the slide shares and post a paragraph reflecting on the usefulness of the slide shares. If you don't find them to be useful, you can also reflect that and write that. This task on the letter to the editor and the interview paper are like a first look kind of task where I tell you how to, well, we'll be working on them next. So the letter to the editor is next after the personal essay. So this is the steps to take to get the editorial. So editorial, here's an example for that. It needs to say by the editorial board, okay? And then it needs to be under opinion. And you can, I think you can search on the New York Times for free and be able to get the editorial article for free here. So if I were you and I have my controversial topic keyword, I would go to the New York Times, right? Type that in. You can also type in New York Times opinion, and then that will take you to the opinion section of the New York Times. And here, when you are already on the opinion opinion page, you can search. What's the function here? Opinion, editorials. Oh, here it is. You have to go to opinion, like go to section underneath opinion, and then click editorials like this. Then under the search function, type in your keyword for the controversial topic. Like I tried mine earlier. So let's see, nothing comes up. So I need to try my try other keywords. Nothing come up. Okay. Maybe just homelessness. And then this one, sort by relevance, newest on top. So here's the newest one that was published by on May 30th this year. So when you find and locate your editorial, please be sure that it is within the last 2 years and not longer than the last 2 years. The reason is we are trying to publish our editorial or our letter. So after we're done with our letter, we'll be sending it off to the New York Times. And if you respond to a recent editorial article like this one, more than likely they'll publish it because it's recent. If you respond to an editorial article that's too long ago, they're not going to even bother. Okay, so the last 2 years only. If you cannot find an editorial to respond to, you need to get your words. Most of the time, students have a hard time adjusting keywords to find the editorial. And another way to find an editorial is through the newspaper Resource Plus that is available to us on the Evergreen Valley College Library website. But then that, in order to use that database, you need to have your student ID with you. So to simplify things, I think the New York Times would be good for your editorial. Now you can also use Google, but you have to be careful with your keywords here. Let's see if I have anything. The LA Times is okay too, and this seems like a good one to use. But be sure that it is written by the editorial board. You know, if not, then it's just a regular article. And we do not want regular articles. We want an editorial article. Okay? Any question on that? So our task here is to find and read an editorial and then use this template to write or to pre-write and outline our first draft. Okay, so here is an example of an outline. For your pre-write, you can simply state why you've chosen this in a paragraph, how you found this editorial and why you've chosen it. Okay? So that would be your pre-write. And then the outline example is right here. And then scroll down more to see the final draft of one of my previous students named Brian, who wrote this and sent it off to the New York Times. Okay, so you've got something to look at as you work on this assignment. Next, we're gonna deal with the interview paper after the letter. The letter to the editor will take us roughly about a week and a half. Then, but we need to be able to start on the new interview paper now, because thinking of a potential person to interview and asking this person and scheduling an appointment, or meeting up with this person might take a while. So the interview paper isn't due until about 2 weeks, in about 2.5 weeks. So but it is now the right time also to start brainstorming for it. I'll be right back. The dryer was bothering me, so I turned it off. Okay, so you need to find an interviewee, the person to interview, and this person must have expert knowledge on your controversial topic. I have a question here. Then you would need to find another candidate, another person to ask. So this is why we're brainstorming for potential interviewees. So if just in case that one person doesn't work out, then we need to be able to think of another person. So so then have a backup plan. If you send off your email and this person is either unavailable to meet with you, or doesn't want to talk to you, or something else, then you can always go to the next person. Okay. You don't want to interview a family member or somebody from your circle of friends. Now, a friend of a friend can be okay, but again, we're focusing more on the fact that we can actually learn something about your controversial topic with this person, and not just a debate or anything. So we're still gathering information. So a better way, or another way to gather information besides reading up on the topic, is talking to people. Okay, this is called primary source for our information gathering on the controversial topic. You might know a lot about this topic already, but it doesn't hurt to learn more about it from an expert. Okay, so if you just can talk to your friends, they might not teach you a lot. They might have a few things here or there to say about it, but they're probably not going to have expertise knowledge on it unless they work formally and professionally on something that they already become an expert on the topic. Then you can possibly interview them. But again, I'm not sure about that. So immediate family members are out of the question. So you cannot be doing that. Just brainstorm right now and come up with a plan and put that plan here for this discussion forum. And you can also ask your classmates on this forum for some help. Like if you're thinking and then you cannot come up with anything, maybe you can also put that here, right? When you respond to this task, just reach out to us and reach out to me and see what I can do to assist. So that would be the forum for this week. So those of you who are already done with the peer editing part, you already got given 15 points. So the other tasks and get to them, then respond to your peers, then I'll be able to give you full points for this assignment. Do you have any question for me regarding week 4 discussions forum? So these two assignments are not due right now, right? They are next after the personal essays due, which is this Sunday. But we're doing some preliminary work on it through this discussion forum. Okay, so I just told you that the personal essay final draft is due this Sunday. So after your peers or your peer, you know, because I only pair you with one person, after they've given you feedback, please go ahead and look at what they have. For example, Christopher, earlier we looked at your work earlier, and looks like you found some great. You've caught some great errors, important errors, right? So Abdullah should go and review your comments and address those changes. Now Abdullah can certainly agree or disagree with the suggestions here, and it will be up to him to make the changes. But more importantly, it's better to focus on the content of the essay. So and Christopher has done some of that, but I don't see that a lot here. Do you think he's on the right track? Is he really talking to, is this essay really personal? Yeah, it does have some personal because he's talking about himself, but is there too much or too little explanation, right? So think about that as well. The personal essay is primarily about your personal experiences. Yeah, if it's too much explanation, maybe you should let him know. So it should be more narrative by nature, in nature, right? So narrative, we're not writing an argumentative essay yet. So the personal essay is argumentative. Yes, that's true, but you argue with your personal experiences or observations or readings. Okay, so it seems like he does a lot of explanation and he's arguing, stating facts, quoting. So he's not on the right track. So it's very important that he knows that. So maybe under his, I want to actually do that now because I think it's important that he knows this. Francisco, that might confuse him. Okay, so I see that a lot of people were confused, having the same confusion like Julia. Yesterday, I looked at her essay and a few other people's essay, and they wrote argumentative, explanatory essays. That these essays are not um, these essays that I see are not personal. So the one personal essay I saw yesterday was Rena's. So let's look at her essay. There she is. Yeah, her essay is argumentative. Yes, there's an argument in it, and she does include references, but it's primarily, for the most part, we are reading her experiences. Okay, we are reading about her experiences, and that's what I want to read for your personal essay. I'm not yet interested in not yet, right? So you have plenty of chances to write argumentative, persuasive essays, but for now, we're primarily interested in the personal side of how you're connected to the personal, to the controversial topic. So a lot of people misunderstood this essay. So I would suggest that if you are among those who are not sure, that you look at this slide share again and more carefully, and look at the book and go back to the previous module and look at the student exam law that I shared with you here. Okay, so this essay is also not persuasive or argumentative. It does have some argument in it, but primarily we learn more about this student's background, this student's family history, or this student's personal connections to her controversial topic. Okay, so that's what we want to see in this essay, not something that we just saw with Abdullah's essay. Okay, the final draft is due this Sunday, so be sure that I have it by then. And then the last thing I want to say is the journal. Journal number 3 is on week 3 discussion. This week 3 required readings. So you've been doing these journals. I don't think I need to explain it too much anymore. Do you have any question for me at this point? Or what question can I help you with? Again, I will look on I will continuously monitor the this discussion forum to see if new people have people have put their rough draft on, so I can pair those people. If it happens that you're the last or you're the odd man out because you post too late, you might not be able to complete the peer editing part, which means you might miss out on 15 points, which, truth be told, in the long run, might not hurt you as much. But again, if you're aiming for an A or for a B, things like that will, of course, drop your grade down. So we have Oscar and Christopher and Kim, or Kim. Do you go by Tien or Kim? Sorry, I'm not sure which one. Kim. Okay, Kim, thanks for responding. Thank you for your participation or for joining me today on Zoom. I will have another Zoom at 5. So if you have more questions and you want hands-on individual feedback from me for anything, just call me back then or send me an email. Alrighty, I will end the meeting now. I assume that nobody else has a question. Okay, take care, y'all. So bad. Okay, bye.